Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We are going to have an absolutely massive show today. We've got lots of good topics to cover. But first of all, welcome to co-host John Brzenk. Sir, how are you?
Good. How you doing out there?
Very, very well. I am excited about today's show. We've got some killer stuff to cover. For everyone listening and watching in, we are going to be covering today what's going on with the world rankings. We've just had world rankings released. We've got a new segment coming up, Play of the Day. John, I can't wait to talk about that one. It's going to be killer. And then, very excitingly, we are going to get probably the man of the moment, Devon Larratt, on the line to talk about everything that's going on in his world, which will be a good one. So, John, how are you, sir? How you been?
I'm doing good. You know, it's still hot here. It's 110 degrees, and been trying to keep cool in the pool. I noticed a video you posted on Instagram that you were taking a cold shower
Yeah,
in the Australian winter.
renovating the bathroom, and there's no shower inside, so I'm out under the cold hose.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't put that together, but
Yeah,
now that makes all sense in the
yeah,
world. Now I saw some earlier posts that you were actually redoing your bathroom, so that was I didn't see the bar of soap. You didn't have any soap.
yeah. That's it. But John, let's kick off with the first segment of today's show. I want to talk about world rankings. World rankings are done by many different people. There's a couple of opinion based world ranking systems. We saw the WAL briefly use a computer based system that the same as the Australian arm wrestling scene use. But
Right.
I think the world rankings are a bit of a mess. What do you think about world rankings in arm wrestling?
Well, I mean, I can remember now back, Gord Squire did Pinnacle rankings back 15, 20 years ago. And of course, I thought it was a great idea. It was something that would help people get motivated to get out and compete and
Yeah,
to, get a little bit of recognition other than the trophy and that. So I thought it was a great idea back then. It's evolved, like you say, different formats. I'm not real sure on which one is the better way to go.
yeah,
As long as it motivates people to arm wrestle, I mean, it's all good, right?
yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. I know for me, when I first came to arm wrestling, there was already established an arm wrestling ranking system, computer generated in Australia, and that for me was a massive motivator for being able to see the people above me and climb that ladder. So I agree. I agree that world rankings can perform an awesome function. I honestly just think we're kind of missing that opportunity globally because of I don't know, a lack of coordination in it. Like for
All
for
right.
for instance, we've just had a fellow named Christian Angelech, who is behind X Sports News. He coordinates a global effort. He's put a panel together of, I think, 20 people that are very experienced arm wrestlers in their own right, who then vote
hmm
on a top 20, and they've just put out a list. But it's always opinion
So,
based.
right. So it's almost like an odds list. It's a Vegas type of list. It's to help people bet, and it's more of a based on the people in the know on
Yeah,
what the odds are,
but yeah, it,
more than the tennis type ranking system that you talk about with the
yeah,
computers and how much you participate and on and on and on. I mean,
v-
obviously that's very complicated and very costly and would be extremely hard to do.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think the second choice is the easy thing to fall back on and just let the non-arm wrestlers know kind of where the pecking order is in the sport
yeah.
of arm wrestling.
I know. For me, the trouble with Christian about a year ago, actually, because he actually invited me to be part of that world rankings panel, and I ended up not participating in it because I didn't know enough about I knew about the top five in the world, but when you get to 15 through to 20, I was like, I have no idea who
Right.
these Eastern European guys are
Right.
in all these different weight categories,
Yeah.
and you want me
Well,
to
yeah.
you want me to put them in an order?
Yeah. You and me both. I
Yeah,
mean, I've probably gone to Europe more than any American puller out there, and I don't know half of them, especially now. I mean, there's just
yeah,
just way too many to keep track of. I'd
yeah.
have to be calling Neil Pickup to get the insights too.
Yeah, and contrastingly, like I said, the Australian Arm Wrestling Federation, if there's a website out there that they've established called armwrestlingrankings.com, it is actually available to any tournament organizer federation in any part of the world that can use it. And WAL did use it in the 2016 season, and it was met with a lot of people being a little bit disgruntled because, like the tennis, it's a lagging effect. It's not whoever wins today automatically goes past the other guy. Like if Roger Federer loses in the first round, he doesn't just all of a sudden become ranked 64th in the world. He drops from number 1 to number 2 maybe, and so on and so forth. So that's a system based on it's called the ELO system. It's the world rankings for chess actually use the same system, and I think that I think long term I would love to see the sport with a place where a computer determines exactly who's ranked where.
Right, because I mean, for one, you're going to have more participation, right? So it's based on how much you compete and who you compete against, and what the rankings of the other competitors are. So I would agree, and I would think that would be something that would be, more good for the sport as far as participation.
Yeah. All right, so John, so let's talk about the rankings that have just been released by this panel of experts. Not entirely certain where these panel of experts come from. I couldn't tell you who they are individually, but they have released left arm rankings. Number 1, Oleg Zok. Number 2, Andrey Pushkar. Number 3, Levan Sanganishvili. Number 4, Vitaly Laletin. Number 5, Travis Bajent. Number 6, Dmitry Trubin. 7, Devon Larratt. 8, Rustam Babayev. 9, Dmitry Saliev. And number 10, Sasho Andreev. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, it's obvious that these panel of experts are from Europe, and they don't give much credit to North American pollers and Devon and Travis. How do you rank Andrey Pushkar as number 2, or possibly as number 1 above Oleg when Devon destroyed him the last time they polled? So I'm not quite sure I understand where that all came from. Yeah, and obviously Devon doesn't go to Europe very much, so maybe they're punishing him for that fact. and Travis has been clearly a better arm wrestler than Devon is left-handed. So it's tough rankings.
I guess that highlights. Sorry, you go.
I wouldn't use that as a guide for my betting in Las Vegas. I mean, maybe Oleg, possibly I would agree with, but the others I would.
And I guess that highlights the problem with the opinion-based wrestling rankings. It's just that. It's just opinion of a bunch of people. And if you said if there's a European bias, they might have 15 Europeans there, and naturally they're more familiar with the guys they're more familiar with, and so be it. On the right arm, they've gone Andrey Pushkar, Dave Chaffee, Dmitry Trubin, Devon Larratt, Jerry Caderet, Levan Sanganishvili, Michael Todd, Rustam Babayev, Gennady Kvikvinia, and then Travis Bajent at number 10. So
yeah, great group. I mean, I would probably some would agree with that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that one's much closer.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Dave Chaffee is going to surprise a lot of people, including Andrey Pushkar, when they finally do get together. I think I would put currently, if I was part of that group, I think I would put Dave as number 1 right now. But we'll have to wait.
When that match happens, Dave Chaffee, I know he's hungry for Andrey Pushkar. I had him on the show a few months ago, and he's really hungry for Andrey Pushkar. And I know he was disappointed that he didn't get the match with him for this upcoming Armfights. And I agree with you. I think he's ready to win. He's ready to take that number 1 spot for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, well, we might take a break there, and coming up next, we have a new segment on the show called Play of the Day, where John and I pick our favourite moment in the sport of arm wrestling over the last week and bring it to you guys. So look forward to doing that one very soon. Alrighty, guys, back again. Play of the Day time. John Brzenk, tell me about your Play of the Day.
Well, this afternoon I happen to be searching Instagram and happen to have Allison Hutchings as one of my people that I follow, and I noticed that they were doing some country pulling in their back deck, stream in the background, and barbecue roaring there, and Todd was pulling a big guy, and he must be training for Michael Todd, because I noticed he was doing a lot of the
very nice.
Exciting stuff. I expected Todd to be able to beat that move a little bit better than he did. The gentleman that he was pulling, who I'm not familiar with, executed it perfectly and went right through Todd Hutchings.
There you go. So the makings of what looks like a Todd Hutchings Michael Todd super match, that would be rather epic, wouldn't it? Like, I'd love that. That'd just be awesome.
it was a little telling, though. Like I said earlier, I think I would have voted on Todd Hutchings because of the side pressure and his ability to pull even with his wrist broke back.
Yep.
But after what I saw this afternoon, I'm gonna have to change my bet. I'd probably go with Michael Todd.
Very good. Well, I like it. I like it. My player of the day, I have to go is I'm going to give a wrap to a gentleman from Austria, Marcus Liebminger. He's just beaten Dimitri Trubin at the World Cup ZG Strong tournament that's happened in Croatia overnight, and it was on the left arm. He just went straight through Dimitri, and did it in style.
I did see that. That was he wasn't a little excited, but yeah, I think that surprised some people, huh?
Yeah, I think that straight away brought to my mind the thought that it's hard to be the guy on top, and it's hard to always protect yourself against the guys that are chasing you. And I think you'd know that better than anyone, wouldn't you? Like, what was that like for you?
For sure. Well, you don't know the situation with Trubin. I mean, is he training for somebody? Is he got his focus on something else? I mean, he might not even arrested for this tournament. I don't know how big of a deal it was for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's always factors that people just don't understand and realize that go through arm wrestlers' minds and training and injuries and things like that. So, it's tough to be perfect. 365 days out of the year.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm going to throw in a bonus play today because this one's a little bit of a funny one, but I couldn't go past it. I have to say, Jamie Sheldon put out a photo on Instagram a couple of days ago where he looks like his left arm is ready to take on Oleg Zolk. I don't know. And he swears there's no Photoshop in it. So
it's just the camera lens, right? I mean, his forearm is in the foreground. I mean, I used to try to do that every time I get my picture taken. Get that forearm out there like a big fish. And,
it was unreal. I've never seen
make it look a little bit bigger.
I've never seen a 170-pound guy look more ferocious. But well done, Jamie Sheldon. You've shown us all how to do a good bicep pose and forearm pose. It was amazing. Awesome stuff.
We'll file that one under the Vovoda lifting, 8 plates on each side with the bar, the dumbbell.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome stuff. All right, guys. Well, we are about to hit the next segment of the show. Very excitingly, we are going to get Devon Larratt on the show to talk everything about what's going on in his world. So we'll have a break here, and we will be back very shortly. Alrighty, John. So let's get Devon Larratt on the line now to talk everything about what's going on. So let's give him a call. Alrighty, Devon Larratt, you there?
Hey, how you doing, Blue?
Very good, Devon Larratt. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Devon.
My pleasure. Hey, John, how you doing?
Oh, doing well.
John? So what's up? Are we pulling or what?
I don't think so. I've heard that I'm ducking you. I'm ducking you and Tom Nelson.
Yeah.
Sister, I think.
Yeah.
So no, I'm retired. I'm officially retired. I don't have any plans on coming back to the sport. So.
Because I already got warned off by WAL. They already told me that it's potentially you and I in the finals. I guess you haven't heard about that.
No. They're giving me that much credit. I feel honored that they will think I have that kind of ability still. They must. But no, I'm so far away from. I barely beat Ryan. Honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's really great.
It was nasty. I had to pull out every trick in the book to get him down. But
you guys, I love it. I love it.
Spray your back around.
I don't think this is gonna end anytime soon, John. I reckon you're gonna get chased for this WAL thing for a while. But awesome. Let's get back to topic, gentlemen. Devon Larratt, you've got that much going on at the moment. Matches coming out, huge matches coming up on the calendar. But before we talk about the matches, I want to hear about what's going on with all your training shenanigans. You're putting out. We're seeing videos with the Kostadinov now. Pushkar. Is that some intelligence gathering, or are you guys actually collaborating on how to beat Dennis?
This is just fate, really. It's destiny just expressing itself. I've just been super lucky to cross paths with these two mega all-stars in our world. So Krasimir was visiting a good friend of his in Montreal, and we were able to arrange training for probably about between 48 and 72 hours if you add it all up. And I was so impressed by him. I was so impressed. For one, he crushed me in chat. And for two, really, his arm wrestling game evolved immensely. And to a point where I have changed a lot of that I'm doing sport for such a long time. He's made me, kind of rethink it a little bit, which has been really fun. My arm feels I'm in right, so that's great. And Pushkar, same story. It's just total fate. He was down in Florida. I had a trip. We were able to get together for.
Hey Devon, just pause for a second, mate. I don't know if you've got a bad internet connection, but we're dropping in and out.
Hey, what is going on here? Is this some kind of a trick?
What do you mean?
I can't.
It's a Canadian internet. I mean, what the hell? You running it through Germany? What's going on? He's gone again.
I don't know what he's doing. Devon, you there?
Okay. This connection is crap. It's crap.
Yeah, where you at?
Okay, the most amazing thing that I learned about Andrey is his relationship with his sister. That was the coolest thing, really, about meeting him. So, Andrey, great guy, strong guy, kind of stoic, like man of mostly few words until you can kind of crack him a bit. But so we actually had a lot of time at the end of the day eating. So I'd ask him like a really long question, and he'd think for a second, and then he'd like either gesture or say like 2 or 3 words like a mafia boss, and his sister would give me like a 7-minute explanation on
Wow.
Andrey's thoughts.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, this is so cool. It's like they have a really solid relationship, and I just thought that was really interesting to see that Andrey has that with his sister. I was like, that's
Right.
cool. It's cool.
He didn't need to say anything. She knew everything about him already. Yeah,
she knew everything, and he just needed to kind of point her in the direction, and she could just go.
How about the arm wrestling? How about the arm wrestling with Andrey? Were you guys showing your cards or keeping them close to your chest?
He's so strong. Oh my God. Like, really? I mean, I really believe that Andrey is, I don't think, like, it's kind of rough because I got you on the line right now, John, but I feel like when it comes to high-level tournaments, this guy is, I feel like nobody has racked up the dominance at the WAF and European side of things for sure, and
right.
Like his level of dominance in open weight tournaments is just frightening.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, how old was he? Was he 17 when he won his first WAF title, or was he 18?
Yeah, I don't think he was shaving yet when I wrestled in Manchester. I mean, he was young. I mean,
yeah.
We were talking earlier though, and I think Dave Chaffee's got a good, legitimate shot against him though. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, a lot of these guys, they have this persona of just being completely out of reach, and Andrey certainly has that aura around him. But I think if Dave can get healthy, it can be on for sure. And
Awesome.
Right. I think if you put.
Sorry, you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask about your match with Denis Saplenkov. That's obviously one of the huge things coming up for you. The left arm, you and Andrey had that in common, that you're both taking on Denis. Did you guys talk about that upcoming match, and how are you feeling coming into the left arm match with Denis?
Yeah, we did talk about it. Andrey thinks that I should just kind of play my game. He said he didn't give me, he just kind of gave me a boost of confidence. He said I should just execute the game plan, which we all kind of anticipate that I'm going to attempt to do. and I mean, it's no secret,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what I do and my methods, and he thinks that I have a fair chance. My preparation is going really well. My left arm is in that really sweet spot where I think November 17th is going to be the greatest expression of strength through my left arm that I've ever put out.
Awesome.
You know, it'll be at that 2.5 year point past surgery, which is a really, really great time from my experience with my right. It's like it's got no plaque on the joint really. It's got no spurs built up yet. And the strength is coming and the stability is there, and I've regained. So I think it's just going to be that magical day where I'm going to crack that giant, and I'm going to feel very, very alive and accomplished that day. That's what's going to happen.
Awesome. We look forward to that. And John, have you got anything to add to your experience with Saplenkov?
Well, I mean, you mentioned that everybody knows kind of your tactics. I mean, you think he's going to fall for that? You think he'll try to do the setup game with you and
I don't think that there's any falling for it. I don't think that there's any.
Can you make him uncomfortable enough to make it?
I just don't think he'll have a choice. I don't think he's going to fall for it. I don't think he's going to fall for it per se. I think he's really aware of what's coming. It's just I think that you can make it be able
to make him uncomfortable enough to make him go down that road.
Well, I better be.
Right.
If I don't, it's going to be a really bad day.
Right.
It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. I really have to be able to stop the match, right? I have to be able to generate enough pressure, and I want to be the guy dictating the technical aspect of it. So, you know, I'm going to try and either control the hand or control deeper than him, which is scary to think about. But listen, the thing is with arm wrestling, you know, I mean, I can think about it and I can think about it, and then it's going to come down to just me somehow over the next 4 months convincing myself that my frame is going to hold up to this crazy idea.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to convince myself that this match is going to stop. And as soon as that match stops, that's when I take over. So
Awesome stuff.
Well, you're gonna bleed it completely, exhaust him after the first match. Your typical
let them
concede.
There's no advantage for me to put somebody's arm down. In a one-on-one scenario, there's if you see me put your arm down, there's something wrong with me.
Right.
I love it.
Last round. You know.
Love it.
Doing it wrong.
And you're happiest when the other person actually gives up, right? I've noticed that about you. It puts the biggest smile on your face when people actually concede.
You still there?
To you.
Yeah,
Yes, we're still there.
How's that internet connection going, Devon?
Okay.
All right.
I'm good.
You're good. Devon, let's talk about your next match that's upcoming. You have, of course, set a very big target on yourself, not only in Eastern Europe, but also here in North America. In WAL 405, you are taking on longtime Canadian rival Matt Mask. How is that going to go? Because, quite frankly, I'm going to say it, I think Matt Mask's going to beat you.
Yeah, you guys are funny guys. I know that deep in your hearts you kind of are like, oh, Matt's going to win, but no, Devon's actually going to win. Okay, Matt,
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're losing you at the wrong time, Devon.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's talking to himself. Hang on. Where'd he go?
All right, that's going to be horrible. Maybe it's Matt intercepting him.
Hang on a second. Oh, this is a shocker. Hang on.
Can you guys hear me? Why is it?
I don't know.
What's going on? I feel like
you're kind of talking through a megaphone and kind of going in and out, so it must be your internet.
Yeah. So let's take a step back. Let's do that again. Because quite frankly, Devon, I think that Matt Mask's going to beat you. Or is he there?
And he's not even there.
Oh, this is quality. Devon Larratt, sort your internet out.
All right. How we doing?
now he's found some old tin can to talk into now.
Is that you, Devon?
Yeah, this is still me. I decided to put you on speaker because I worry that it's my ear.
So Devon Larratt, we'll try again. So just quite frankly, Devon, I think Matt Mask is going to beat you.
Well, I know that you don't actually believe that, but I'll tell you a story about Matt. And I tell you, I really didn't want to pull him because he is like a brother to me. And it's been him and I in the finals for the last few years, and I'm really kind of sick of pulling him. I'm kind of over it. I've been arm wrestling Matt since 2001, and he has never, ever beaten me. Okay, that's 17 years of kicking somebody's ass. Okay, all right. And he's a Canadian, and I run into him all the time, and it's like, there's my buddy, and I'm gonna have to beat him again. And it's not good for the soul to beat him. It's not. But I feel like I've kind of gotten that point now where I feel like I just gotta beat him once and for all. I want to beat him this time so badly that he never, ever. He's like, if somebody asks him if he wants to arm wrestle me from now on, it'll be like, no, because I'm sick of it.
No,
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
August
No, I
think's going to be different, though.
The Wild Horse, welcome.
Who the hell's on the line now? Oh, my crying out loud.
Yeah.
You know it's not going to be that easy for you. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. As hard as you can. So.
Man, you sound like Chris Gobby right now. Beat me in a hook or some garbage. Man, I'm just going to beat you. And then, listen, we know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to buck around for a while, and then I'm just going to stand there, and you're going to pin yourself.
I'm not going to be pinning myself. No, I think you're going to be. I think it's going to be more of anticipation on what you're going to be able to pull out of your hat next. So.
Man,
I know it's every time. So eventually you
I don't have to change anything. I don't have to change.
There you go. Well,
yeah. So that's the difference, though. I have so.
Hey, well, at least
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna have to change a lot of things.
A lot of things.
You may as well start over.
Devon Larratt, I can say one thing.
Both of you guys are different.
One thing is at least Matt Mask has a good internet connection.
Hey, listen. Here's the bottom line. Okay, I've got more wins on John than you do.
Ooh.
Yeah, you've pulled John more than I have.
Oh, you're not counting a full 6 in England, are you? That's only one match. That's only worth one match.
He said he's been kicking my ass for 17 years. We pulled in 2000, then we never pulled again until 4 years after that, and then it hasn't been till the last 3 years. Where it's been
same story over and over and over.
Hey, Devon, you said that Matt Mask has never pinned you before. I remember a flop press from Matt Mask on the left arm in the WAF.
I remember a flash
All right, Devon, you gotta get off the speakerphone. Go back onto the earphone.
Sounds like he's talking to a CB radio.
Yeah. That's better.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
You got like a little remote phone that you're running around the house with. One of them with the little pull-off antennas. Is that what you're using?
Oh man,
Is he there?
We've got.
Is he gone?
He's gone again. Well,
Oh,
anyway,
I lost him.
I think he'll probably pop back in. But Matt Mask, well played there on the staying silent for that entire conversation. You would have heard the battles that we're going through. But my goodness, I think it's going to be a hell of a
Good luck
match.
with the edited.
Yeah, the editing's
It's going to be great. Yeah. Yeah. I hope. I hope for his sake he's not taking me as likely as he's fucking talking about. So.
Right.
I'm not even. You want to hear? I haven't even lifted a weight in over 2 weeks. I'm like enjoying the summer. I'm down in Florida partying. Like, Matt, I'm giving you every advantage I can. This is gonna beat you.
Don't get caught sleeping. Don't get caught sleeping. So.
Awesome.
Oh man!
Alrighty, gentlemen. Well, we might leave it there and let you guys see it. For everyone, August 9, WAL 405. These two right here are gonna fight it out for probably what looks like the top position in this WAL environment. So, guys, it's gonna be awesome. Thank you both for coming on the show. Yeah, best of luck.
Stay strong, boys.
We'll see you on the night, man.
Stay close to the Wi-Fi router. That's my advice. Stay close to the Wi-Fi router.
Get better internet up there in Canada.
Yeah. See you guys soon.
See you, Devon.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, what a crazy mess.
Oh my goodness, that is. I hope I'm sure our listeners will forgive Devon, but my goodness, that was a horrendous internet connection there, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Sounded like a CB
I guess
radio.
we learn.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
we're going to take a break and then we'll be back to wrap up the show. Alrighty, guys, we are back again and we have had a big show today. We've talked about everything from arm wrestling rankings, plays of the day, and then we've heard the Devon and Matt on the big surprise. I think Devon was cottoning onto it, but either way, what'd you think of all that, John?
I think it's going to be a great match. I think if Matt can be confident enough to top roll Devon's hand, which he's shown in the past he's been able to do, and he transitions into a hard, confident shoulder roll, he has chances. I mean, he's got a good chance. I mean, he's got a legit chance. It's all up to Matt. I mean, Devon already said he's going to do the same thing he's done the last 20, 30 times they've arm wrestled. Yeah. So it really is up to Matt.
Yeah, yeah, you're spot on there, and I think Matt's time. I think mentally, from when we spoke to him a few weeks ago, it was mentally the thing that has changed for him most. He just feels like he's ready to do it. He's over losing, and he feels like all the stars have aligned.
It's one thing to say it, but you gotta truly believe it. And if he truly believes it, and he thinks it over and over in his head, and sleeps on it, and makes that transition, and makes a smooth transition, he can do it. I mean.
Yeah.
Devon's bicep isn't that strong. I mean, we've seen him get beat before when Jared Carteret pushed through it. I mean, guys have pushed through his bicep. You just need to get it stretched out and make that commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a match anyway, and it is happening, of course, August 9 on the WAL, so download their Bleacher Report app, and you will be able to see that one. John, well, we might leave it there, John. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you on the show, sir. It really is a lot of fun, so thank you very much.
Glad to be here with you, Ryan.
All right, guys.
It was a little rough today.
It was.
Busy, but
it was.
We got through it.
I think we'll have to put a bloopers reel at the end of this one with Croatians on the line and everything, I think.
Right. All right.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Till next time.